Let's go. Week 14. First game versus the Falcons this year. They're coming to Carolina. They're 4-8. They're supposedly good at running the ball and horrible on defense, where we are putting the pieces together. We've clinched the division. Looking for that #1 seed. If we go undefeated, we go undefeated. But the goal is now, after we've won a division, is to get the 1 seed, and then it'll be to get to the Super Bowl, and then it'll be to win the Super Bowl. Arch Manning is leading the league and with over 3,600 yards passing, 31 touchdowns. Look at the interceptions. Xavier freaking Woods. Man, who would have thought? All right, Falcons staff. I don't recall if they fired anyone. Nick Caley, yeah, they did. West Coast zone run, base 4-3. They're running the McVay playbook and the Robert Saleh defensive playbook. Hold on a second. Let's go take a look at who are their coordinators. Aaron Glenn and Mike Vrabel. Damn. 2 guys that have been head coaches reporting to a guy who has not, is my guess. I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is. But I'm assuming, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking of whether or not he was a offensive guy, defensive guy. All right. No new injuries for us. Falcons. Yeah, we saw this a little bit at the end of last week. Drake London's out. Bijan Robinson's out. Right tackle Dan Moore is out. Jameson Williams out. Okay, Dylan Raiola hasn't progressed as much as Arch has. He was taken 2 overall. We took Arch #4 overall. Or did we? Yeah, I can't recall if we traded back, but they still have a good running back, Nate Frazier, 2nd-year guy out of Georgia. I think he was a day 2 pick. Roberts, Henry, Hudson, Kobe Hudson, been able to stick around the league. We'll see him today, along with I'm assuming he was the #1 ranked tight end. Yeah, #1 first-round tight end in last year's draft. Broderick Jones, great left guard. And an opportunity here to exploit Emil Wagner out of Notre Dame, only 287 pounds, 2-year, 2nd-year right tackle. Of course, we're going to have to protect the QB against Jalen Walker, Bradley Weaver, who I think has gotten some sacks on us before. Pretty stout defensive tackles, 347 and 336 pounds. This guy's got speed too. Yeah, I'm thinking I think we should pass it. I don't know, man. They have some good safeties. This guy always seems to give us trouble for some reason. Every franchise I play. Good accuracy on the kicker. Okay, I say we stop the short pass. And I say we just let's go balanced. Let's go to our standard custom playbook. And we'll see what it recommends. Alright, outside run, nah. Let's counter. Let's do that. You know what? Hold on a second. I want to try something. Since we have the division in hand, I want to have a meeting with Arch. And I want to tell him he needs to tone it down a bit. Oh, what the fuck? That's why. Yes, throw the fucking ball away, you dumb fuck. I think as an X factor, I'm allowed to do this here. So let's just say, okay, let's say ideal. I don't want you to be too conservative. I just want you to tone down the aggression. Hold on. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, they pass 55% of the time. Mm. They don't do a lot of blitzing. That's a pretty damn good fucking D line. But I don't think. Alright, let's just do this. Because I have a feeling, they're going to fucking call. He's going to call the plays he wants to call, anyways. Might as well do it when we're most exposed at passing. Alright. I think that covers it, right? Playoff picture. Oh, I know one more thing. Alright, now we're starting. And let's see here. What should we do uniform wise? Definitely black helmet. Why not?
It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC South rivals. It's the Falcons and the Panthers. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Once called Carolina's Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium. Or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott up here in the booth, and the talk about this game, Brock, is centered, not surprisingly, on a couple of quarterbacks who came through the draft the same year and now in their second seasons here in the NFL.
You know, it doesn't matter if it's year 2, year 5, year 10, or Tom Brady, you know, like 30 years later. They still remember every guy in their class. And when you look across and you see your peer, you are linked together in that draft. You're also linked together in this league that knows how hard getting any win on any day is. And you want this one against your classmate as much as any.
One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go in Week 14. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for second down. He's going to throw this one. That's taken in by Henry. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Stop made by Braden Fisk. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They'll try and throw it here. Complete over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And it'll be touchdown a little before the 20. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You get more comfortable in the role.
But we didn't
as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
Okay.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and ducking the ball.
Would he have caught that if we didn't go throw medium?
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
It is caught left side. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll throw on first. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. They are throwing it again. He finds Sanders. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 21-yard line.
From the 21. Finds Sanders. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here he is on 3rd and long. He's on the move. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. On 1st down, they'll run. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No problem.
Okay, let's see here. Keon White. Yep.
Bring up 2nd and 10. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 10 now. Throw complete to Williams. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter.
Out.
And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
And he's flopping.
While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. Ryan Stonehouse back out there again to punt it away. He has it at the 13. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. He manages 13 on this punt return. And it's going to be Panthers football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing.
Oh, shit.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. They'll throw it again. Gets this to Sanders. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. He'll throw it yet again. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I wish I knew if he was in the zone. Oh my goodness.
He's got it near the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They've got a man in motion. Taylor will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So no kickoff just yet. Receiving team wants to adjust how it's lined up, and they call timeout. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get it up to the 44. 16 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing now on 1st down. Chased out to his right. He can run it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
The give here on 2nd. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Chance here for one
punt.
final play before the end of the quarter. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Our score, 6-0. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. His pass caught by Nakua. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Completed over the middle. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. A.J. Terrell making that stop. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw. He puts some air under this.
Oh my God, he's got it.
Right.
Beautiful.
And he's going to score. Touchdown,
Beautiful.
Carolina. The Panthers go up by 12.
Oh, I'm going to have to replay that.
I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room.
That was fucking awesome. All right. So basically, he just wins on the release, right? Okay. Yeah, his defender didn't even get in his teammate's way. Maybe a little bit. Beautiful. That a 60-yarder. Damn, that was nice.
Find pay dirt.
They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers bump the lead up to 13 points. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Back to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
To throw here on 1st down. Taken in by Harris. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throw left side, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Gets this one to Harris. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They are throwing it again. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it second down. Still sticking with the passing game. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
The Panthers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And it's been such an incredible season for him. As we play our final month of football, he's leading the NFL in passing yards. They go play action on first. It is Cup, left side. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Back to throw now. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically. But I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
I mean, this isn't.
Well, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a
driving.
penalty.
It's just. I want to run a little bit more than what we're doing.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 1st down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. Putting a receiver in motion. He gets this one in Nakua. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
He'll throw it. Able to find Nakua here. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition.
And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. Here's a throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing from the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now we're on the counter. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up 3rd down. From midfield now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, someone stepped in.
Beautiful.
It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Panther offense headed out to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. They'll send him over right.
Oh, the gets going deep.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Sidney Brown in on that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 43-yard line.
From the 43. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. Shotgun snap, looking to throw.
Oh my goodness.
Throwing deep for
He's
the
got
end
it.
zone.
He's got it.
Cut the end zone. Touchdown,
That's 2.
Carolina. The Panthers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers push the lead to 20. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 now.
Come on, dude, 31,
Defender
what are you doing?
right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's a prime free safety pick right
Last
there.
pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll throw it. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Man, he's trying to play like Mahomes
It's
too
a
much.
point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The Panthers ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback.
318 yards in the first half.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
What's the record?
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Throwing on 2nd and 10. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 27. Offense up to the line fast. Hits his running back. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll throw it again. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 41. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw.
Go deep.
And it's 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Looking for a throw here. That's caught for the first. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
This would be a 63-yarder right
Now we
here.
get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first.
We got time. We got some
Throwing
time.
now from the gun.
No.
That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Puka
Come
Nacua,
on,
the
make
target
it a
on
little
that
easier.
throw.
I don't want him to miss
And
a
we'll
field
see
goal
what they
this year.
do here on 2nd down. Throwing it again here.
There we go.
Completed over the
Oh,
middle.
there we go.
He's got it in the red zone. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they push their lead to 23.
Oh, almost has 400
I know,
yards.
you always
in
want
the
to finish
first half.
drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points, and that's mission accomplished there.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. All right, snap and a quick kneel down, and the final few seconds are going to elapse here in our first half. So we reached halftime in Charlotte. The hometown fans feeling good. Their Panthers have the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window. to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up in the Still City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. And they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Marvin Harrison Jr., a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Chargers trying to hold on and claim victory.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Panthers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Give now to the running back. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Setting up a throw. It's taken in by Williams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Hits him on the out route. And he's taken
Yeah, he's
down
definitely in the
directly
zone.
on that 43-yard line.
400
They'll
fucking
get
yards.
14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine,
I'm
you
gonna let
watch
it fucking
guys
run.
try to make this throw, and without chemistry,
Dude, he
it's
coulda
so
gone to
hard
fucking,
to
like, yeah,
execute.
deep.
That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Oh shit. Cooper's
Back
coming.
now, pressure on its way. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Taylor. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And this is down to the 28 before the defense holds it. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Little off-center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Pass play now. Throw complete to Williams. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker.
Okay.
He's out of bounds inside
Okay,
the
now
red
we're
zone, just short
unstoppable.
of the 15.
Now we're going to the Hall of Fame.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 8-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
JT Sanders. I don't know.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. The Falcons getting close, and they take him down.
Yeah.
And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
We are human.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put 3 on the board. From the left hash, 34 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll make the lead 26 points.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
There for a moment, but boy, did they close the gap before that throw could arrive.
Throwing it again on 2nd down. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across
Nice.
And there's a man
That's
there.
2.
It's intercepted. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
So this
Well,
defense
no
does
doubt
pretty well
they
against the
envision
Falcons.
that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play
I'm going to
and
Google this.
delivers.
Most passing yards in a game. Norm Van
So good
Brocklin,
field position for the Panthers.
554
Starting this
yards,
drive, 1st and 10.
1951.
Man in motion, out of the slot.
Uh-oh, Jimmy Horn.
From midfield now.
Going deep. And
He's on the move. He takes it himself.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Second down carry for Taylor. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
And they send a man in motion. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Catch made over the middle. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 36-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to the air
Oh,
here.
shit.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sidney Brown makes the play. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Falcons and Cordarrelle Patterson getting set for their next possession. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance
Good,
against
man.
him.
We need a cornerback, a young cornerback to step up, become elite.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Putting the tight end in motion. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along the routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they make it a 3-score game again at 23 points.
So he needs 125 yards to break the record.
Make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Returns looking good so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again.
He's already at 4,000? Damn.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Okay. Makes sense.
Man in motion here. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's completed right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
He's got it. Oh my God. He
And
may
he's gonna
fucking
score.
break the record.
Touchdown, Carolina.
And what about this guy?
Panthers
What about this
stretch their
cat?
lead on the final play of the third.
How many fucking yards does he have today?
So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this, but this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Lining up now to try the extra points. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers
What's the receiving yard record in a game? .336 yards by Flipper Anderson. No. Okay. Sit down. Damn, bro. 5. So he needs 55 yards to break the fucking record. And he has a whole quarter to do it. I think. I just had to check to see if the mic was on. I think he's going to make it now. God damn. What the fuck happened? Well, I changed his decision making. Had a talk with him. Told him not be so aggressive. And to throw the ball away.
Thankfully, only one quarter to play
Which
now. We
I
reach the
checked
end of
before,
3
and I'm
in
almost
this
positive
lopsided
it was a
affair.
yes.
And after that last second score in the third, we'll resume play with a kickoff. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Pass play on 1st and 10. Gets this one to Harris. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a
Motherfucker
new
heard
set
me
of
say,
downs.
heard me think that it
First
wasn't
and
going to
10 from
happen.
the
And he
41.
throws that bomb.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, you're fucked.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
All right, we're ranked 7th now in takeaways before this game. Thought we were like bottom 3rd of the league.
Now looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Still sticking with the passing game.
Come on,
Makes
man.
the grab in bounds left side. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He'll throw it yet again.
Thank you.
Escapes his grab. And this time they're going to
The 3
get there.
top
And they
guys
drop
got
it.
a hit on him.
And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Throwing the out route complete.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And that one one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it.
Nope.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive.
All right.
So the defense rises to
counter
the
down.
challenge and gives the ball back to their
We need,
offense.
what, 55 yards?
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Taylor
Dave,
gets it on first
I
and
wouldn't
10.
mind if you
And he
passed it.
drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
And 10 at the 32-yard line.
Receiver in motion, headed right. Second and 10 now.
Oh, my goodness.
Able to find Nakua here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
26 more yards?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
These running
Kate,
backs
I knew
going
it at
down
the time.
purposely?
I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here's second and 11. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking
I think he
downfield
has it.
and then taking that short completion.
And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. The big play nets him 17 yards.
No?
And that'll be good for a Carolina
Wait,
first.
I think he does.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
We're close to it.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. They're throwing it. The throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
There he is.
And someone has officially flown higher than the Dutchman,
Damn.
Brock. That completion
That
pushes him
record's-
past
okay.
Norm Van Brocklin for the most passing yards in a game in NFL history. The mark of
That record was held
554
for a
yards and
long
stood
time.
resolute since back in 1951. And 7 decades later, someone has finally topped it. From the gun on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I mean,
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't
Do I sit
convert
him
a
now?
good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to
Nah.
continue the series.
First and goal, here's Taylor. Is in for the Carolina touchdown.
holy shit.
The Panthers are running them out of the building. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of
Yep, the
questions
dirty
to be
birds, no less.
answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers grow their lead yet again.
23. Falcons 6.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The offense getting set to go. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. To throw here on 1st down.
Okay.
Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The home team, stun receiver Puka Nacua back out to take possession. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Falcons' 34-yard
I think that's what it is.
Throwing now from the gun.
Yeah.
Completed over the middle.
We'll keep playing the run.
And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. 3rd and long for him here.
Oh my goodness.
Completed to his running back.
Oh my goodness.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers continue adding to an insurmountable
This
lead.
isn't even my fucking pass
So the
playbook.
back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Now the PAT try coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers continue adding on to that lead. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
You know what?
Their offense running back out now.
I'm going to show
And
the
he's
depth
been the
chart.
victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic.
case,
Pretty hazardous
whoever-
throughout this
if anyone's
game.
watching,
Yeah, just a
do you think
mess
I
and nowhere to
fucking-
go. And it's an awful place both on the high.
Okay, he you know, he's there naturally. They ranked up. Look, 81, 80, 79, 86, 80. That's a pretty good offensive line, if I do say so myself. Yeah, see, I didn't change shit. They're just pounding, and they keep doing it. They keep fucking pounding.
In the pocket, looking at this defense, too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's
Only we
been
can play
hard.
this
No
way every game.
gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
Nearly an interception on that play, and it's going to be 2nd down.
I don't know, Baron. Price Stock's coming for your job. I just re-signed you, too.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. He's dropping back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete.
Just punt it, man.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it
Get
stops.
this game over with.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And they down this one right at the 25-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession.
Just run the ball, bro. It's good. We're good.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, Dave. Just run the ball.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Simple dive up the middle. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Taylor now up the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers getting closer to their 13th win of the season. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Here's the handoff. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Is this our first
Pick up
punt?
of 3 on the carry. And that's going to bring up 4th and 2.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Carolina in punt formation. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter.
I guess so.
He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away.
Oh.
Another drive coming up for this offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 26. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
What a
So the
performance.
Panthers guard the vault and get the win at home. And it's harder and harder not to mention,
that's
Brock,
gonna
the
be my new-
possibility of an
that's just what I'm
undefeated
gonna do going
season
forward
as
until
they
someone
add another
stops
to
this
their
shit.
total here in the penultimate month of the campaign.
Show me your fucking hair.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew,
Damn.
I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Charlotte.
These fucking highlights. Oh, you motherfucker better not fucking freeze on me. I'm just gonna finish the game. don't need to see the highlights. There was plenty. We don't need to see the player stats. We can do that afterwards. Oh, don't you dare fucking freeze on me. You motherfucking. Damn, bro. God damn. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I'm not going to be able to afford them. As much. Okay. Wow. 602 yards. It's in the record. It's official. It's canon now. It's canon. All right, let's see. Of course, he's gonna be Player of the Week. Fucking MVP of the year is what it should. It is. Yep, 602 yards passing. First in passing, 10th in rushing, first in pass defense, fourth in rush defense. Okay, so we're 2 games ahead of the Bears, 8 games ahead of the Saints. Oh man, 4,200 yards. Okay, what's the record season? Hold on, I'll get there. All right, so we got to be in the thousands receiving yards to be in the top 3. Oh, I'm sorry, I was rushing yards. 1,100 for receiving yards. Broncos still have the first pick. Buccaneers have the 4th. You know what? I feel like I need to do this too. See? No force wins. No force wins. That's a bye week. Okay, passing yards in a season. 54, let's say 5,500. 55 touchdowns. All right, so let's do the math here. 54.77. Minus, oh god damn it. Oh shit. 42.18. So 12.59. And he's got so he needs like 21 touchdowns, 1,259 yards. And he has 4 games to do it. So you divide that by 4. That's 314, let's say 315 yards a game to break the passing, to break his uncle's yards passing record. Right now, the average is 299, I'm assuming. Or no. Let's do this math. 4218. Divide that by, what was it? 13 games. So yeah, he's averaging more than that. He's averaging 324. It probably just says 299 because of the sacks. Sacks aren't really taken out of his stats. Man, he may break the record on that too. Just not touchdowns. Yeah, he'd have to get like 5 touchdowns a game to break that one. All right, receiving yards. Where we have receiving yards here? All right, Puka, Harbor. I mean, 4 games left. I'm guessing these two are 1,000-yard receivers. He needs to get involved. So average a game, 61 times 4. 244. He would make it. This one's 224. He wouldn't. What I could do though is I could switch up Leggett and Harvard. So hopefully Leggett gets the same routes. And we can have 4,000-yard receivers. You know, oh shit, I'll shoot for it. Why not? Be a legendary fucking season. 4,000-yard receivers, a record-breaking second-year quarterback. If he gets to 1,000, no, he's got no chance to get there. Nope. Never mind. Pretty damn good. Princey has not gone a sack since his injury. It's only one full game though, but all right. 12 sacks. It's a little over 1 a game. Or no, a little under 1 a game. Browns still got the 1 seed. Holy shit, 3 fucking teams from the NFC West. And the Eagles coming up out of nowhere. That would suck if we played them and they fucking did the same thing, do the same thing to us they did last year. That would suck. All right, I think that'll do it. Up next is the Vikings, 5-8. Then after that, we got our second game versus the Falcons, who probably don't want to see us ever again. They probably all want to be on different teams when they do. Then we're going to face the Bryce Young Rams. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping for a shootout. That would be fun. Oh, man. All right. Till next time.